today I wanted to do my quarterly goals check-in with you guys. I have noticed a lot of times we make these goals at the beginning of the year and then never talk about them again. I actually saw Chris at the Bookish Cauldron do this recently, and I loved the video. Bethany at Beautifully Bookish Bethany just did her like quarterly stats, and I wanted to kind of go back and revisit my 2021 goals video and see how I'm doing, if there's anything I'm missing the mark at, what I need to do better, what I'm like succeeding at. So I thought this would be really fun to just kind of talk about it, see where I'm at, and then kind of just to keep myself on track for the next quarter. So my goal for the year with reading is 52 books. And that breaks down to about 1 book a week, so totally doable. Currently, I have read 18 books in this year so far, so I am on track. I'm actually a little bit ahead of schedule when it comes to like my actual like 52 book goal. And that's exciting because in the month of March, I didn't read very much at all. But like in the month of like January and February, I read quite a bit. So I can have these kind of reading slumps and not read as much and still hit this goal that I've set for myself. So as far as the number of books that I'm reading, I'm very, very happy with how it's been going. Of those 18 books, I have it all written down for you. 9 of them have been 5-star books. So gotta love that. 4 of them have been 4-star books, 4 of them have been 3-star books, and only 1 2-star book, and then I have had 1 DNF. And my DNF was Malice, and not Malice by John Gwynne, Malice that you'll see right here, whose author name I cannot remember. I had this as an arc from NetGalley. It is like a Dark Beauty and the Beast retelling following our dark fairy, and I just couldn't get into it. I read about 10% and I just found myself wanting to read other things, so I put it down, and honestly I don't really care to go back to it, so whether or not I pick it back up is up in the air, but as of right now it is a DNF. My 2-star book was Downworld, and it was originally a 3-star, and then the more I thought about it, the more I really didn't like this book, so I downgraded it to a 2, which is probably what it deserved. So you can actually go check out the review for Downworld that I did if you want to check that out. Just not my favorite. But on a more positive note, I had a ton of 4- and 5-star books. And some of my favorites so far have been Flamefall, which is a book 2 in the Aurelian cycle, which is the sequel to Fireborn by Rosario Munda. And absolutely loved it. 5 stars, fantastic. I actually did an interview with Rosario Munda as well as some other booktubers over on Elliot Brooks' channel. I will link that down below. Go check that out. She is fantastic. The author is so kind, and I just think more people need to read that series, so go check that out. A couple other 5-star books that I have read that are kind of my like top favorites this year so far are The Bone Maker by Sarah Beth Durst. Again, that I have a full review. You can check it out. This is a standalone adult fantasy and absolutely loved it. Like I said, 5 stars. We are following a group of protagonists 25 years after they saved the world. So it is 25 years after the typical Chosen One story, and I loved it. It was so good. I also gave 5 stars to Mask of Mirrors, which again, full review for, so go check that out. I loved it. It is book 1 in an adult fantasy series, very heavily political. So highly recommend that one. But yeah, overall, the quality of the books I've been reading this year already are fantastic. I am enjoying pretty much everything if I'm giving the majority of books 4 and 5 stars. So definitely looking good on that end. Some things I'm not doing too good at though is my goal to shop less, to haul less. I am failing. I have had quite a few books brought into my house this quarter. and most of that is self-inflicted shopping. And while a lot of them are used books, a lot of them are from our local used bookstore or thrift books, I still have been buying a lot of books. And honestly, I don't know if that's gonna stop. I don't know if I'm gonna hit the goal of shopping less. I'm gonna try. I'm still going to try, but again, I can't promise anything. And I am getting 3 book boxes now. I have started getting Fairy Loot. I'll get my first one this month, Illuma Crate and Owl Crate. So that right there brings in 3 books a month. So it's kind of, I don't know. Shopping less is not something I'm good at. But I am trying to spend less money. So while the amount of books is still higher, I'm still trying to spend less money, which is why I'm buying like used and thrift books. So that I'm succeeding at spending less money, even if I'm still bringing in more books. I also had a goal to finish more of the series that I have started, and I'm not doing too hot at that one. I still need to finish the Arc of the Scythe. I have the last book that I need to read. I don't think I have finished a series this year yet. I've started some new series. I've read book 2 in a series. So like I read the second book in the Crown of Feathers series, and book 3 is not out yet. So I mean, kind of like I'm catching up, but I have so many series I need to finish, and I just keep starting more series. Part of that is because I've been getting a lot of books from NetGalley, and most of the books I'm getting from NetGalley are book 1 in new series. So it kind of detracts from me finishing series when I'm starting new series, and I'm starting them as NetGalley books. So it's a whole thing, but I still want to finish more of the series. I really, really need to prioritize finishing series that are already finished that I have already started reading. So help hold me accountable for that. The next one is I wanted to read more self-published fantasy, and I feel like I am doing better at that. I am a member of the Discord, the Shelf Published N, where we read a self-published book every month. I have not read the book every single month for this, but I am currently rereading Air Awakens by Elise Kova, a series that I absolutely adore, self-published. And I am reading Winds of Strife by Yuji Goodman right now, which is our book of the month for the Shelf Published In. And that is a self-published fantasy book by a fantastically kind writer. So I am really focusing on reading more self-published. So while I haven't completed as many self-published books as I would like to, I am working on that. And I have a lot kind of backlogged on my Kindle that I really want to get to this year. And another one of my goals, one of my reading goals, was to read more sci-fi, and I have not really accomplished that. I did read Red Rising. I plan to read the rest of the series. That is definitely sci-fi, but really that's the only like sci-fi book that I think I have read this year so far. So I need to change that. I need to read more sci-fi because I love it. I just never get to it. Those are kind of all of the like reading goals that I had for the year. And I'm not like too upset with myself, except for the fact that I've been shopping quite a bit. But you know, I'm happy with what I'm reading. I'm happy with how much I've been reading. And I really just wanted to make this to be like, okay, this is what I need to focus on. This is what I need to do next. These are my stats. And just to kind of remind myself that, okay, just because it's not like end of the year, you can still, you know, set new goals and make new goals. So I think I want to really, really focus on 2 of these goals in particular. One is shopping less, and the other is the self-published authors, because I feel like those are really, really doable. And especially with Kindle Unlimited, I can just kind of read self-published authors there. That makes it super, super convenient for me, and it is a good way for them to get paid and for you not to pay out a whole bunch of money. Like, it works for the author, it works for the reader, and I really like Kindle Unlimited, and I like discovering new books that way. And then shopping less. I really need to shop less because, for one, I have other stuff I need to spend my money on. I say need. I have 2 more tattoos that I'm getting on this arm this year. Within the next, few months, I have 2 art pieces in the works. So that'll be exciting. But, if you know tattoos, they're not cheap. So definitely got to be paying for those. And those will last forever. So probably going to use some of my book money for my tattoos. The other addictive habit that I have. Book buying and tattoo buying. It's a thing. So those are kind of the goals that I really want to focus on, and just keeping on track with how much I'm reading and, just enjoying what I'm reading, not being afraid to DNF. So hopefully this next 3 months, this next quarter, will be just as fruitful and productive as this quarter. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let me know down in the comments what some of your goals are. Are you hitting your goals for the year? Are you falling behind the way I am? Or are you somewhere in between? You're doing good on some things and not on other things, and some things you've changed your mind on. Let me know, let's have a chat. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. My name's Jessie, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.